here we are back with some more Cinderella Phenomenon. Last time we did that fact for a fact thing with Karma, which I think is going to be really interesting. I don't feel like I'm quite connecting with Karma the same way I connected with Rumple and Rod, but I'm wondering if that's because I made a bunch of bad decisions at the beginning, or if it's because, or maybe the reason why I made so many bad choices is I wasn't quite connecting with him yet. But I remember specifically with Rod, I felt like things got heated up a lot more later. Rumple, I feel like, had to win me over too. So we'll just take it slow and we'll just think about it, who knows? I'm really excited to see what happens next because I feel like there's always some crazy stuff that I do not expect that happens, and I am so ready for it. So, let's get cracking. What do you say? Chapter 5, Favors and Payback. Okay, I'm down for that. I have been at the March-In for a couple of months now, and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out into town with Waltz to buy ingredients for parfait. The two of us have both been very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz.
Princess?
What?
Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? Princess?
Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he's asking why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired.
Oh.
Waltz turns his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion.
The town feels different today.
It does?
I feel as if there are people watching us.
How can you tell?
With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess.
Before you were cursed? Why?
Well, I was more conspicuous as an adult, I guess.
An adult? Oh, right. You have the Neverland curse.
You remembered. Yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in the tavern once.
You were stuck as a child when you should be a man.
Right. It's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it.
Waltz is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into a store where we find the little cups that Parfait asked us to buy. After I pay, Waltz automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I've become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own.
So, have you made any progress in your good deeds?
You can see from my necklace that I have not.
But you have changed.
I still don't see how I have changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good.
Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize some things about yourself first. Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that.
He is selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him.
But you're still partnered with him.
I am. I'm okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. But Karma hasn't done that, and he's even mentioned enjoying my company. I've become more tolerant of him, too.
Oh, Princess!
Waltz's eyes light up, and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd, telling people's fortunes.
We should go see if we can get our fortunes told. Come on!
The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearly half of the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. The crowd is dense, though, and in no time at all I have lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but I do not see him over the dozens of people in front of me. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd into the edges of an alleyway. But Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by, and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, ma'am? I feel someone grab my hand. I slap them away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. I feel like I've been attacked in all the other ones as well, but I almost feel like they always happen later than this. This is so early. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace, Princess April. What? You know who I am? I do, princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king.
But the king does not remember me. The only people who would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So who exactly is this man? You're lying.
Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now come, I'm sure everyone at the palace will be very happy to see you.
Ugh! The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clamps his free hand over my mouth. The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows.
Princess, I swear on my word, I'm bringing you back to the palace. Fight back! I'm strong. I'm a strong, independent woman. Fight back!
I have to fight back. Maybe I can still draw people's attention to me. I try to squirm my way out of the man's arms, but it does not work. He chuckles lightly at me until I elbow him in the stomach. For the few moments I am free, I try to run, but all too soon the man grabs me again with the same punishing grip over my mouth and nose to stop me from screaming.
You're a real feisty one, ain't ya?
I feel like I might faint. In one last attempt to get free, I tug at the man's hand with my own and manage to shift it just enough until I can bite down on it.
Ow!
The man screams in pain, his grip finally loosening. I can hear him curse as I run away from him. A few minutes later, I realize that I've gone in the wrong direction. I soon come to a dead end in the alleyway and I can hear the man running up behind me.
What is this I see before me?
Ah! Yay! Oh my god, I get so nervous now. Cheers, my friends. I look up to see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us, in his disguise holding a sword. A broad grin on his face.
Ma'am, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down.
What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him. His eyes are angry. His earlier jovial personality has fallen away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see, even in his long dress. The glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosening his grip on me. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir?
This isn't worth it.
The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me.
Princess!
Walt approaches from where the man had run. So, did you meet the coward fellow on your way here?
I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death.
Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Walt's voices become faded and indistinct as my vision blurs. I'm suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. I feel tired. Princess! No! Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, Princess April. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I slowly rise from bed. Anise.
Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfait said that you were just out because of shock, but still.
How long have I been asleep?
Just a few hours, Princess. Don't worry about chores for now. Lady Delora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom.
Just thinking about Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz?
Walt is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you.
And Karma?
I think he might be in his room, Princess. He's got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit.
If he has patrol tonight, then that must mean he was resting this morning, too. How did he know I needed help?
Do you need anything, Princess?
No, I am going to visit Karma. What?
To thank him?
However, he knew if Karma hadn't been there, things wouldn't have ended so well. Yes.
That's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it.
Okay. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I follow after her. Oh, It is only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Karma's room is. Anise must have assumed that I already knew, with us being partners and all. It's fine. I do not need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. It takes me some time, but eventually I find a room with his name on the door in careful, flowery letters. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. I expected to find Karma lying in bed, but instead he is standing in front of a mirror, changing his clothes. Ah! Princess? Oh! I do not think I've ever seen a shirtless man before. Oh, indeed. He turns to me, and the realization that he is standing there just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. Ah! My face feels incredibly, uncomfortably warm. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes! And then I notice the large tattoo on his chest. It is a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. It is rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know. Ah! Karma slips his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. Ha! I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me mischievously. It is a familiar look, but it rattles me more now than it ever has before. My, Princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I'm barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I cross my arms and frown at him. His smile makes it harder to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. Oh, do my ears deceive me? What did you say, Princess? Princess, thank you for saving me. I saw you fight back. It was a very admirable attempt. You saw me? Yes, as you were coming to the end of the alleyway. But I didn't manage to escape. Doesn't matter, Princess. You certainly made the effort. But I digress. You are quite welcome, Princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But Princess, don't you owe me something? What? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced after all. What is he talking about? Well, the fact that you walked in on him changing. Since you broke into my room, I will demand you help me with my makeup. Then I will forget your transgression. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting because you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense! I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe I'm going to agree to this. Fine. Ah, what a splendid day today is. Come, Princess, let's do this by a mirror. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. I do not even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, Princess? What? What are your eyes attracted to most on a person's face? When they're laughing? When they smile? Why is he asking me for my opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look at on their face would be... Well, okay, so if I was just saying what feature on the face, I would care about it be the eyes. But if someone's laughing specifically, it's like the smile. So it'd be the lips, I guess. Despite myself, I find my gaze dropping to Karma's lips. Oh, plus this version is... This is the answer that would give me the most sexy options. Ayy. Okay.
All it takes is me walking in on someone, and now I'm all aflutter.
Why do I feel like I'm walking into a trap? The lips? My princess, I didn't think I'd ever hear you say that you looked at my lips when I smiled. I did not say that. Oh, but you did, and princess, I do believe you are blushing. Even though Karma never said he was referring to his features, I thought about his lips anyway. The thought makes my heart flop, though I do not have the faintest idea why. Anyway, I agree. Though eyes are important, a smile isn't quite as brilliant without the lips. Without the lips?
Ah, I did it! Oh my gosh. April's got her groove back. April's got her groove back. She announces way too early, knock on wood. Oh crap. Universe, don't take that as a opportunity to make me guess wrong all the time. I try to imagine a smile without lips and shudder. Oh god.
Sorry, princess, I misspoke. Try to dispel the image from your mind.
Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things.
Fine. Just don't make me look like a clown, princess. I know how much you like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself?
And miss the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense.
If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. Oh. I always put effort into my hair, as Mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. But I've never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Karma gives me his makeup supplies, and I start layering the color on his face. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with Mother. You know, princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I paused and raised an eyebrow at him. What? You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just coincidence. Coincidence? I'd heard you went to town with Waltz, so I followed you two. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me even when there were many people who didn't? I have good eyes, probably. Probably? It's not like you to be so humble. April, I am, once again, offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go to town today. I was worried? It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps. Waltz mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something about Waltz and Karma? Something that Waltz and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first. Yes. Oh. Karma falls into silence, and I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No, he said only that he worked for the king, before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized you. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want with me? Well, I only mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose either way the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible that a witch gave a commoner a description of you? But then why would... Karma stops talking and looks up at me with something like sympathy. Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous? And what do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, Princess, we will figure this out. I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it is possible that even they might not know everything. I will need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I will be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said. Next time, I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I am not some damsel in distress, you know. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What's wrong? Nothing. He moves his hand away from his face and stands up, sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant and his posture stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup, though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, sometimes simple is better. Or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, Princess. I take it back. We are definitely done. Good. Well, thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes, and a bright smile once again graces Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and then a patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but thank you. He is thanking me for putting on his makeup? It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already thanked me, though. Well, now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's Karma. A lot of the things he says do not make any sense. I leave the room with Karma, and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess. Took you long enough to come see us.
Anise told us you were unharmed. We're glad to see you safe, Princess.
So, how about telling us what happened? When prompted, I tell them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listen and only exchange a solemn glance when I'm done. Do you know something about all this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? You remember what we said about the Tenebrarum corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can, because they can.
That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here, so that you could remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you.
To protect me? I feel like there's more to this that they are hiding, but I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything.
Forgive us, Princess. We're not entirely sure what's going on either. Though if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow.
Troublesome, to say the least. But we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out.
Until we figure out who that man is and who he is working for, you need to have an escort with you out of the March Inn at all times. Do you understand?
And once you figure it out, will you tell me? The two exchange another look, which only makes me more frustrated. They are obviously keeping secrets, and right in front of me. We'll tell you once everything falls into place.
Don't worry, Princess. We would never let you be put in any danger.
The silence is what ends our conversation. I make my way back to my room, feet heavy. I feel like a fly caught in a spider's web. I try my best to clear my mind as I return to my room. Hi, Karma! Look at you, so handsome! The days go by slowly, and I make no progress with my curse. Karma's busy with the knights today, and Delora and Parfait are busy talking with Rumple about his curse in his room. Tonight is the perfect night to go and wander the town by myself. I need to see if I can find out anything about the witches and what is happening around the kingdom. Delora and Parfait are not going to tell me anything, and no one has wanted to take me out of the March Inn since the kidnapping attempt. These thoughts spiral helplessly in my mind as I sit at a table. I have just finished working for the day, and the activity in the March Inn is beginning to wind down. Garland stands at the door as the last few customers leave the March Inn. Jurian is walking around the room to make sure that there is no problems. Out of the corner of my eyes, I notice two men pause halfway across the room to glance back at her. I can overhear their words from where I am. Shame that she's a knight, eh? She's the proud type. Too proud to let a man dote on her. Bleeding shame indeed. But do you think if I tried to say something to her, you too?
Ugh! Garland is suddenly standing behind the two men, an uncharacteristically dark glare on his face.
Is there a problem? Doors are closing for the night. I'm gonna ask you to please leave. No need to be so uptight, lad. We're on our way out now.
He's got a crush on Jurian. The two men walk out and Garland stands in the middle of the tavern area, glaring after them. He more or less pushed them out of the tavern. If Anise had seen that, she'd probably have scolded him. Garland? You okay?
Of course. You think you can fool me? I've known you long enough to know when something's bothering you.
Neither of the knights seem to notice me here, and if they do, they ignore me. Jurian is still looking insistently at Garland, who looks down at the floor. Is he going to say something to her? Garland says nothing, though. He looks at a loss for words. Finally, Jurian reaches out and pokes his shoulder, and he looks up, startled. Still the same as always. The silent, watchful knight. Only says things with certainty when he knows they're the truth. Even the princess is waiting for you to say something. Both knights turn to look at me, and Garland seems surprised. I raise an eyebrow at him, and he hurriedly looks away.
Patrol is starting soon. I'll head out first. Okay, stay safe.
Garland nods at her with a little smile before he leaves the tavern.
Going to sleep soon, princess?
I was just going to head up. I stand up and get ready to move up to my room, but stop once more to look at Jurian. Did you hear what those men were saying?
Oh, about me being too proud or something?
So she did hear them, but chose to say nothing.
It doesn't bother me. They're right. I've been independent for a long time, and I would never think about pledging my safety to a man I barely know. I can take care of myself.
Blunt and to the point, Jurian was really admired for that honesty in the palace.
The only other men I've trusted before are my fellow knights. Garland most of all, since we've always been partners.
She does not explain any further. I decide that is for the better. The sooner everyone is cleared out, the sooner I can leave the Marchen. Tonight is the night I go looking for answers. Oh, sorry, Karma, but I can handle myself. I'm going to prove it tonight. I may not be able to fight, but I can still be cautious enough not to land myself in trouble.
Yeah? Are you sure?
Still, I do not happen to hear much of anything as I am exploring the town tonight. I should have brought along some kind of weapon, but then I would have had to steal a knife from the kitchen. I am not a thief. Hours pass before I pass a tavern filled with knights. Deciding that I will at least listen to what is happening at the palace, I linger by the open door and listen to what the men are saying.
I hear that young Fritz is having a hard time of it. I feel bad for the lad. Even Sir Alcaster thinks he's gone mad. Well, he does keep talking about a princess that doesn't exist.
Fritz still remembers me, but how?
Even his father is growing weary of his babbling. Sir Mithros forced him on break the other day. He didn't seem happy. Well, Sir Mithros must think he's crazy too. Poor Fritz.
Can you keep a secret? The knights look at each other and I lean as close as I possibly can.
Apparently the boy spoke some truth, though Sir Alcaster doesn't quite believe it.
He's looking for the daughter of the previous queen.
The witch had a daughter?
The previous queen? Are they talking about Mother? How dare they call her a witch? Oh my god!
Apparently she did, though. I don't remember such girl.
This is top secret stuff. I just happened to wrestle this out of one of the lackeys looking for her. What would Sir Alcaster need this girl for?
I'm assuming she's dangerous and they want to get rid of her.
Are they talking about me?
I'm curious, how are we supposed to find this imaginary princess anyway? Does she have any features? Aye, they described her features. Last man who went looking for her said she wore a special pendant around her neck.
I should get out of here. I turn to leave the tavern, but my cloak snags on the door and falls to the floor, tripping me up in the process. I end up falling halfway into the tavern where the chatter abruptly stops. Is this
Oh, a lady. The knights that were talking approach me. One of them picks up my cloak. I attempt to grab my cloak from their fingers, but they pull it away from me and I stumble into one of them. Madame. He moves to take my hand and then he stops when he sees my face. Her face! And a necklace! You think she was spying on us? Witch! No! One of the knights grabs me by the wrist and pulls me toward him. He is far stronger than the man in the alleyway was. Unhand me right now. I am no witch. Then there should be no problem. We're just gonna take you in. If there's some big misunderstanding, we'll repay you ourselves, miss. No, let me go. This behavior is not fitting of a knight. Come now, miss. Let's go back quietly. There's too many to fight. I'm in a tavern full of knights. That would just make me look guilty. I'm gonna try to convince them. Fighting back is useless when I am outnumbered. Exactly. I have to try convincing them that I'm not who they think I am. You are mistaken, sirs. I happened to overhear your conversation, and assuming I am some imaginary princess is unreasonable. The knights look at each other. You know, she has a point. She was listening in on our conversation. That's clearly suspicious. Did you not hear what I just said? I happened to overhear it, nothing more. You were cloaked as if you were trying to hide your features. Being out at night without a cloak is a sure way to draw attention to a lady such as myself. You know, she has a point. Stop saying that, man! Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. Then, ma'am, there should be no problem with us taking you back to the palace. If we're mistaken, we'll clear up the misunderstanding and pay you handsomely. Ugh! Come on, let's take her to the palace. Dang it! The knights lead me out into the empty streets. But it would have been worse if I tried to fight them. I know it would have. Why? Why did I have to be so stubborn? The knights continue pulling me down the path until we come to a narrow street. Everyone who sees us walks away to avoid the knights. There is fear in their eyes. But I've done nothing wrong. Ma'am, if it makes you feel any better, we're risking our rank on this as well. I don't know. I'm suspicious of... Who goes there? Karma! What is he doing here? And why isn't he in disguise? Gentlemen, I ask you to unhand that woman. As a knight, I would be ashamed to be seen treating a lady so terribly. And who are you? Her husband. His what? Unhand her, gentlemen, or taste my blade. Sir, we're just going to take her to the palace to... I will give you on the count of 3. One knight keeps his grip on me as the other draws his sword. I stare at Karma, who continues to count, though the knight attacks him before his sword leaves his sheath. Karma and the knight trade blows, but it is Karma that comes out victorious. His blade slides past the knight's shoulder, distracting him enough to give Karma the opening he needs. Karma reaches back with his free hand to knock the knight out with a blow to the head. It may just be my imagination, but for a few moments, I think I see the knight's blade glimmer across the surface of Karma's hand before he falls. The knight holding me holds up his hands in surrender. I yield, sir. It seems no matter how the situation turns out, you are dishonorable. Please, sir. Yeah! Karma knocks him out and then stands beside me as he sheathes his sword. Karma, A few moments, April. Karma spends some time forcing a potion from a vial down each of the knights' throats. I watch him quietly, fearing that he might have killed them, but the knights only seem to be asleep. A potion that Parfait gave me. It will make the men forget they ever saw you. When Karma stands again, I notice the glimmer of blood on his hand and stare. You're hurt. It's nothing. I'm sorry. Come on, princess. Let's go back. He pulls me right out onto the main street and does not let go of my hand. I cannot bring myself to speak. Karma has saved me twice now. Not only that, but this time he is injured. He says it's nothing, but his bloodied hand does not move at all. Why do I have to be so stubborn and insist I can handle myself? I do not speak for a long time. Eventually, I notice people start to stare. Though before long, the staring grows worse. Young women begin following us, giggling from behind. I turn to Karma, who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Karma. Sorry, princess, but I'm not in the mood to talk. Those girls are walking behind us. Right behind us. This is his curse? Karma. April, I just said that I'm in no mood to talk. Did you not hear me? We are being followed. Ugh. He stares behind us almost stupidly, then laughs hollowly when the girls see his face. They start to rush toward us, their voices rising and blending together in horrendous cacophony. Karma's not moving, though. He looks resigned. Maybe he's too tired to realize what he wants to do. I tighten my grip on Karma's hand and pull him away, my pace quickening to a run as the girls chase after us, screaming at me angrily for taking Karma away from them. Ugh! April, what are you doing? Getting us out of here! April. I lead him through the town and into little nooks and crannies where we manage to lose some of the crowd. Karma often led me through some of these spaces as shortcuts. Waltz knew them too. Once we are alone again, I stop, falling to my knees and letting go of Karma's hand as I catch my breath. That really was a curse, having to run away from so many mindless women. Oh God. That was difficult. April? What? I did not mean to snap, but the tiredness is pressing on me too. You helped me out of that. Of course I did. Why would I want to be chased by girls? You could have left me behind and gone on alone. Instead, you helped me. You helped me too. I guess I paid you back. Though to be honest, I wasn't even thinking about repaying him for saving me. I just knew that I didn't want Karma to be stuck trying to fend off all those girls. He was right about his curse. That is terrible. I just realized something. Karma kneels down beside me and waits for me to speak. My curse has people forget me, and yours has even strangers become fascinated with you. It's almost like our curses are opposites of each other, and yet we seem so similar. My eyes widen when I realize what I just said. We are similar, aren't we? He holds out his good hand to me, and I let him lead me back to the tavern through the abandoned alleyways. Aww. My feet are heavy, and all I want to do is sleep, but suddenly Karma is standing before me, his face grave. April, I have to thank you for helping me earlier. I'm sorry I froze like that and made it more difficult for you. It was so sudden, and I was so tired and had no motivation to move. Shouldn't I be thanking you? I'll accept your thanks, even though I wish you didn't have to thank me in the first place. You should not have gone out on your own when you knew how dangerous it could be for you. I am sorry. I'll accept your apology, too, because I lost sleep over this. I have no words for how I feel right now. Princess. Aww. Karma reaches for my hand again, and this time he holds it up and kisses the back of it. Suddenly, all of my tiredness falls away. You really are a handful. But a delightful handful. I'm going to bandage this hand and then rest. We'll speak later about all this, okay? But the blood... The bleeding stopped on its own, April, but it does need to be treated. Don't worry, it will be fine. Are you sure? As sure as I can be. I don't lie, not even for the sake of a pretty lady. Aww. Karma lets my hand go as soon as we enter the Marchen and then bows politely to me before heading back to his room. I watch him go, my mind whirling. Does he usually kiss women's hands? No, I don't think so. Aww! Ooh, okay, this is where we're stopping. Alright, that was the turning point I needed. Now I'm in. I'm 100% in. Let's go. Alright, Karma, come on, here's my heart. It's so funny. All I gotta do is walk in on a boy. Well, he's changing, and all of a sudden, there we go. I'm emotionally invested. But really, though, now I'm like all about it. I'm so excited to see what happens next. So feel free to subscribe, like, comment, press the little bell for notifications on when I post a new video. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Hope to see you next time. Bye!